All right, we're starting our unit on oblique triangles today, or law of sines and cosines will also be in this unit. So really what we're looking at now are triangles that are not right triangles. So trig is great if you have a right triangle, and we're still going to be using it now, but it only works with right triangles. So the law of sines and law of cosines help us, and finding area of oblique triangles help us work with triangles that are not right triangles. Okay, so an oblique triangle is just anything that's not a right triangle. I mean, any triangle that's not a right triangle. Okay, to find the height of these types of things, you drop an altitude. That just means you go straight down perpendicular from one point to the other side. So it would not have to be from B. It could have been from A, as long as it's perpendicular, or from C, as long as it's perpendicular. And then this is our standard area formula for a triangle. 1/2 base times height. So like in this case, our base would be AC, and then this altitude is our height. To find the formulas we're going to use, we don't always know the height of a triangle, but we can use the sine of a reference angle to represent it. Okay, so this height we don't know, but the sine of A is H over C. Okay, if we solve for the height, we would be multiplying by C on both sides. So the height is C times sine of A. And then if you plug that into your area formula, you'd have 1/2, your base in this case is B, this little b, and then your height is C times the sine of A. Okay, so this is now your new area formula if you don't know this height already. All right, if I repeated that process for an altitude coming from A, then that's where I would have this formula down here. And if I repeated this process for an altitude coming from C, that's where I would get the middle formula from. Okay, so all three of these will help you find the area of an oblique triangle. It just depends which angle you know. If I know A, I'm going to use this one. If I know C, I'm going to use this one, or so on. All right, but this is where it comes from. If you solve for H using a trig identity, then you can plug it in and get these formulas. On your test, which is a little ways away from right now, you will be given a card with these formulas on it. Okay, so you don't have to memorize them, but you do need to know where they come from. Find the area of each triangle, round to the nearest hundredth. So I know angle A, which means I'm going to use this top one. Area equals 1/2 BC times the sine of A. Lowercase b and lowercase c are the opposite sides of those angles. So the opposite side of angle B is 17, which makes this little b. The opposite of C is 10. This is little c. This one is little a. Whichever one's straight across is the lowercase version. So here, the area, and this is area. It doesn't stand for the angle measurement. You have 1/2 times 17 times 10 times the sine of 72. And really what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to type this whole right-hand side into my calculator. And I get, I'm rounding, 80.84 centimeters because it wants us to round to the nearest hundredth. Okay, this one I know, angle C. So I'm going to use this second formula because I know C. So the area equals, and that's why they're spelling out area here, because they don't want you to get the area confused with this angle A. You have 1/2 times AB times sine of C. So then I'm going to plug in what I know. Little a is 6, little b is 12. We don't know little c, but it'd be straight across. So you have 6 times 12 times sine of 23. And I'm going to type that whole thing into my calculator. So the area is 14.07 centimeters squared. And I need to go back and add that here. Area is always square units. All right? Here I know angle B, straight across is little b, straight across here is little a, straight across here is little c. So I'm going to use the last formula because I know angle B. So 1/2 AC sine B is 1/2 15 times 11 times sine of 36. So I'm rounding. This is 48.49 square centimeters. All right, so that's it for your notes for today. We're working through page 6. If you finish it today, go ahead and show it to me. Otherwise, I'll check it on Monday when we come back from break. This will be your first assignment for 4th quarter.